Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. Now, I'm making this video very late today. I probably should have made this earlier in the day, but I'm going to do it late because I had a lot of time to do. Had to go to work, had to reschedule, had to clean my house. I was on social media all last night. I was at a party last night, so I was able to watch half of Summerslam. I saw the reviews, and I saw the tweets. I saw the podcasters, my favorite podcaster who did the review on SummerSlam. But now it's time for my review. It'll be about 30 minutes long. I'm gonna go through all 8 matches on this 4-hour show, a very long show. This video is sponsored by JD from New York, Fightful Pro Wrestling, The Wrestling Inc., The Wrestle Talk Podcast, Sound Off the Sound Off, and JD from New York. Those are my favorite podcasters that did SummerSlam reviews last night. And now I'm gonna do mine. I got more on the way, so hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. We will go through all 8 matches. These were all the matches on the card. SummerSlam was a decent show. It wasn't the best SummerSlam, it was a decent show. I thought the show was pretty good. I thought it started off great. There was something people didn't like. People didn't like the ending of the show. People didn't like a few matches. But I thought it was a pretty good show. It was decent. They had a pretty stacked card. They had big matches. And you gotta know, if y'all saw my prediction video, they did scrap Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. And Rhea Ripley, she didn't have a match at SummerSlam. She was there. She got involved with Rollins and Bellar in that match. She came out with dominance, so she was there, but she didn't have an opponent because Raquel, she sold an injury on Raw. So hopefully she wrestles at Payback. But there were 8 matches. I thought the way how the show opened up with Logan Paul and Ricochet, the best match to open the show. This was a fantastic match. It wasn't anything spectacular, but these two did well. Logan Paul, he came out, he got booed. No matter what people think of him, Logan Paul is a great wrestler. He's fantastic. Ricochet is so awesome. These two guys had great chemistry. Now going into this match, based on the build, it's been kind of weak based on the promo between Ricochet and Logan Paul. But the go home show, they really made up to it. I actually got this one won. I thought Ricochet was gonna win, but Logan Paul won. He actually won by cheating. Cause he won with brass knuckles. I think one of the crew gave him brass knuckles and hit Ricochet with it. And he won by cheating. That was a great match. Cody and Brock was a great match. This match, it started off slow with Brock Lesnar dominating Cody Rhodes, but they told the story with Cody Rhodes. He's not gonna give up. He's gonna take a beating. And he beat Brock Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring. And the more shocking part was that Brock Lesnar shook his hand, hugged him, and earned his respect. Cody earned Brock respect. And Cody Rhodes was over in that match. He came out, he was mega over. This match was a lot better than the last 2 matches that they had. Let's hope that that's the end of it. Let's hope that that is the end of it. That this is over. That's all that matters with the ending. On the way how this match ended, if there was a storyline, if there was a reason why Brock attacked Cody, I would be a little bit interested. I wouldn't like it, but I'd be a little bit more interested. But man, Cody was over. Brock let him put him over. Brock gonna go away for a while. So as soon as Logan Paul beat Ricochet, you knew Cody Rhodes had to go over in this match. He had to get a good ending out of this. We did get the Battle Royal. This may have been a 20-man Battle Royal. But in my 2K game, I can only put 6 men. These were the guys in the Battle Royal. Apollo Crews, Cameron Grimes, Austin Theory, Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, LA Knight. LA Knight did win the Slim Jim Battle Royal. He got a big pop. He was mega over. He had to win. We all knew he was gonna win it. And let's hope he wins the U.S. title of Austin Theory. Maybe it's Santos. Hopefully it's Austin Theory. Hopefully that they do something with LA Knight. He's the most over guy on SmackDown. He had to be in the mid card, so hopefully he wins it. Karrion Kross and I think Karrion Kross eliminated AJ Styles. Omar was in the Rumble. Bronson Reed, JD McDonough. There are a lot of guys who aren't being used on TV, and they were in the Battle Royal. They all got a SummerSlam match. I think these are all people who are gonna be on the bodyguard list. But LA Knight was the right choice. He won the Battle Royal. Hopefully he does something on SmackDown. I have him be in the mid card. I have him take the US Top Martin Theory. And if he wins it, I'm gonna say it again. Why wouldn't that on the pay-per-view? Because LA Knight, he lost at Money in the Bank. He lost the Fatal 4-Way match a few weeks ago. Last week he beat Sheamus. Here he wins the Battle Royal. He gets the moment. Hopefully they go somewhere with him. Some people are afraid it might not. Because, for example, just look what happened with Cesaro. When Cesaro won the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30, and that did nothing for his career. Hopefully this does something for LA Knight. I think the worst match was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. This match was like, what, 5 or 6 minutes? This match was shit. It was a disaster. I was looking forward to this match, but it ended up being a letdown. This match may have been your bathroom break or the death slot. I saw people in the stand were getting up, going to the concession stand, getting their drink or food. Some people getting up using the bathroom. This match, the crowd was silent for this match. The crowd was actually half asleep for this match. This was a calm down match after two great matches and LA Knight going over and getting that pop. The crowd didn't give a shit about Ronda Rousey. I feel bad for Shayna Baszler. Now the build was fantastic. The promo work was phenomenal. I love the interview that they had backstage. The brawls have been decent, but this match was shit. Now we all knew Shayna Baszler was gonna win. Ronda put over her best friend. This might be the last time that we see Ronda Rousey in WWE. Like I said, this was the calm down match. I didn't like how they got the 4 matches out of the way. The 4 nothing matches with no date, no titles on the line. And then the last 4 matches, that's when we had the titles. But yeah, Shayna won. She put Ronda to sleep with the Kirikou clutch and won, and that was it. They wasn't like they were MMA. That's what happened when you book an MMA match in WWE. People want to see a wrestling match, not MMA. The way how it was kind of hard hitting. Some of it didn't look that real, but I don't think the crowd gave a shit. There was no pop when Shayna won. Alright, Gunther and Drew McIntyre, they had a very good match. It was a great match. Shockingly, Gunther went clean, as he should. He should retain. Gunther won clean. It was a great match. I wonder where Drew McIntyre goes. Hopefully they turn him heel and have him in the World Title picture with Seth Rollins, or have him feud with Cody Rhodes. But surprisingly, Gunther won clean. It was a great match. I love the ending where Gunther, it was actually very smart, where he knocked Drew McIntyre into the rope, and McIntyre hit the balls, and Gunther clotheslined them, did the powerbomb, and won clean. Gunther is going to break the Honky Tonk Man's record. He will be the longest reigning title of all time. I can't wait for that. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, this was a fantastic match. They had a much better match than their last match at Money in the Bank. There are many spots here, many highlights. This match had many spots, many highlights. They went back and forth. The finish was fantastic, and it created tension with the Judgment Day. Cause Rhea Ripley and Dominic, they came in. Damian Priest got involved. He tried to cast in. Balor told him no, and I didn't love the ending where Damian Priest drew the briefcase, tried to help Finn Balor, and Balor went over and grabbed it. Seth Rollins curbed on him, and then Balor lost. So Damian Priest pretty much cost Finn Balor the match. Priest did not cast in, thank God. He shouldn't cast in. He should have the briefcase for a long time, at least 6 months. But there was a great match. Seth Rollins won with the right call. They're foreshadowing Tension with the Judgment Day, so now we have a reason to watch Monday Night Raw. Now we're interested in what happened with the Judgment Day, with Balor and Priest. Maybe they add a new member. I don't know if they will, but something has to happen here. The triple threat match wasn't very good. Charlotte, Bianca, they tried, but the crowd didn't give a shit. This late in the show, people were dead silent for this match. Now the ending was shocking, was unexpected, and there were a few big pops. Shockingly, Bianca won, and I thought the ending was at the shocking out of nowhere, where Charlotte had Bianca in the figure four leg lock. Asuka, she spit mace in Charlotte, blinded Charlotte, but then Bianca rolled her up. Oh, by the way, Bianca sold a knee injury. She sold a leg injury in this match, where she was carried out by a doctor. Then she came back and still continued the match. But yeah, the ending was when after Charlotte had Bianca in the figure four leg lock, and Asuka sprayed mace in Charlotte, blinded Charlotte, and then Bianca rolled up Asuka and won the title. Bianca still over. She still got a big pop when she won the title. And then in a few seconds after that, that's when we had that is when we had Io Sky, Captain, Io Sky and Bayley. They went out there. They took out Asuka and Charlotte outside the ring. Io Sky, Captain. She hit a moonsault on Bianca and won. Io motherfucking Sky, Captain. This was the best part about the whole show. This was a great moment. I knew we were gonna get a casting. They've been teasing it all night. The one thing I didn't like about this night, I didn't like how they did Asuka and Bianca dirty. I think Charlotte should have won the title, win her 15 title reign, and then took the pinfall to Io Sky, and then keep Charlotte out of the crazy and do Asuka and Io. Now that Asuka was pinned and Bianca was pinned, I think Charlotte will get a rematch. Charlotte's gonna say, "Well, I wasn't pinned, so maybe Charlotte might win it." She might try to get a rematch and face Io at the next pay-per-view, probably at Payback. And what, is she gonna lose? Is Io Sky a transitional champion? I hope not. This was a moment. Io Sky deserved it. What a year that Damage Control made. Last year, Damage Control made a debut at Summerslam. This year, one of them casted championship gold. Io Sky deserved it. We did see Dakota Kai came out there. She's still injured, but she came out there to celebrate with her friends. That was a great moment. We saw them in the press conference after the show was over. Hopefully Io Sky has a longer title reign. She deserves it. But I'm afraid she might feud with Charlotte. And then hopefully that's a one-off. Hopefully Bianca turns heel and she feud with Charlotte. And we can do Asuka and Io. As you guys know, Kairi Sane coming back. She signed with WWE. She's also coming back. So maybe we can do Kairi Sane and Io Sky. Maybe they'll reunite the Kabuki Warriors to take on Damage Control. Now we have an interest in the Watch SmackDown. Because I also want to say I thought all women had great attire. Bianca had a great attire. She didn't have her long hair, her long braid, but she had short braid, by the way. Hopefully, maybe they might tease Bianca Belair turns heel. Maybe, I don't know. And finally, the main event, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in a tribal combat match. Thought the match was kind of slow, methodical. They wrestled like a wrestler match, and then it picked up in the middle of the match. I thought the first half was kind of boring, and I thought the crowd was kind of out of it up until the ending when Solo got involved. Then they wrestled in the ring. They brought in candlestick, steel chairs, steel steps. They brought in tables. Now we all knew that Roman Reigns was going to retain, but the big shot, the big ending was Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso came back. Jimmy Uso came back and he cost Jey Uso the match. He came out in the hood. He slid Jey Uso outside the ring. He super kicked Jey Uso, threw him back in the ring. Roman Reigns spears him to a table and wins 1, 2, 3. Now the reason why this happened because that their plan is to do brother versus brother at the next pay-per-view at Payback. Jimmy versus Jey gonna be at Payback. There was no walk. Solo didn't turn, and it wouldn't make sense to have Solo and Jey Uso at Payback because they already did the match on SmackDown on Friday. So it wouldn't make any sense. And why would people be interested in that match when you gave it away on SmackDown? As soon as they gave that away on SmackDown, you knew that it's not gonna be Solo and Jey at Payback. It can be Jimmy Uso. Now, based on the storyline, it doesn't make sense because if you think about the storyline, Jimmy Uso was the one that super kicked Roman Reigns, turned on him at Night of Champions, and he convinced Jey to do the same thing against Roman a few months ago. And then they teamed up. They beat Roman and Solo at Money in the Bank, and then Jimmy got taken out by Roman and Solo at in Madison Square Garden. And then it was up to Jey to challenge Roman Reigns, try to take him out. But based on the storyline, based on what Paul Heyman and Solo said, that Jimmy Uso was in the hospital because of Jey Uso, because Jimmy got taken out. The first thing Jey did was not go to the hospital and check on Jimmy, but to go after Roman Reigns and the title. I'm curious how they're gonna play this off. How are they gonna play this off? Because I'm curious of how they're gonna play this off. I cannot wait. I mean, I thought the ending was kind of lame. It felt kind of predictable to me. There was no walk. We didn't see anyone else from the family. We didn't see Alpha and Zeke, Rikishi, or anyone else. No walk showing up. We knew that Jey Uso wasn't going to win it. But Jesus Christ, man, it had to be like that. Alright, now let me go into... I might as well go into the matches, how these matches played out. We'll start with the opener, Logan Paul and Ricochet. Okay, so how this match opened up. Ricochet came out, he got mega booed. Ricochet came out, he got cheered. So first, Logan Paul came out, he was mega booed. And then Ricochet came out. These two guys put on a classic. It may have gone like 18, maybe 20 minutes. It was a fantastic match. They went at it back and forth. They did flip. They did off the top rope. Now, as I said earlier, Logan Paul did win the match, and Samantha Irvin, who was Ricochet's fiance, had to announce his name. I didn't think that they were going to do that, but it does kind of protect Ricochet because Logan Paul won by cheating. He won with brass knuckles, and he knocked out Ricochet. So hopefully they have plans for Ricochet, but because Logan Paul is a part-timer, he's a celebrity. He's not going to be on TV on Monday. I think we'll see him maybe in Saudi Arabia or at the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Now Ricochet, hopefully they have plans for Ricochet, and he's going to be in a top feud. So hopefully. So, yeah. I thought it was pretty good. A great match. My favorite spot was when Ricochet did the 450 splash and missed. And then when Logan Paul got the brass knuckles and knocked him out. Damn. They may want it back or not. I don't know. I guess not. But anyway, Logan Paul wins. Yes. The Logan Paul wins. He beat Ricochet. As soon as Ricochet wasn't going over, you knew Cody Rhodes had to beat Brock Lesnar. And that's the second match that I will go through. So yeah, that's the second match that I will go through. Oh wait. Alright. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar is up next. Let me read my notes here and tell you guys what happened. Cody Rhodes came out, he got a mega pop. He came out with the whoa. He was over tonight. He had a nice attire. I think the first 12 minutes of this match, Brock Lesnar dominated Cody Rhodes with suplex, F5, F5. He F5 to the announce table. The story in this match is that Cody Rhodes would never give up. He would not back down. He kept getting up. I mean, the half of this match was dominated by Brock Lesnar, and Cody Rhodes came back at the end. I really hope that it's not turning Cody Rhodes into Super Cena, where he got his ass kicked most of the match and pulls out the Superman comeback, because that's what this match was. Brock Lesnar dominated half of the match. And there were some close calls where Cody Rhodes was almost counted out. Where when Brock Lesnar F5'd him on the announce table, Cody Rhodes almost got counted out. He got back in the ring. He never gave up. Cody Rhodes had a little bit of offense, but Brock Lesnar dominated him. He taunted in the mat, suplexes. Cody Rhodes is still fighting. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so that's the part where F5 to the announce table, and Cody almost got counted out. And Cody will beat the 9 count. A lot of suplexes here. And this is where Cody Rhodes made a comeback, hit the Cody cutter. Another Cody cutter. Lesnar kicked out too. He hit the, oh wait, well, Lesnar went for the Kimura lock. Cody Rhodes grabbed the ropes. And at one point, Cody Rhodes hit the Kimura lock. Cody Rhodes did the Kimura lock on Brock Lesnar. Lesnar did not tap out. So Lesnar got out of it. Lesnar go for an F5. Cody Rhodes hit 3 crossroads, and that was it. Cody Rhodes hit 3 crossroads. He beat Brock Lesnar, and that was it. And after the match, was very surprising, very shocking to me that Brock Lesnar, because after Cody Rhodes, he shook his hand with respect, and he raised his hand and said he's the guy. So that tells me Cody Rhodes gonna finish the story. No, he's not. At least not after SummerSlam. But that was really shocking. Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar pulled with Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar going away for a while. He is going away for a while, so maybe he'll show up in Saudi Arabia. Maybe we'll see him at the Rumble or next year WrestleMania. I don't know. But Brock ain't gonna be showing up. He ain't gonna be showing up for a while. So now the most important thing now is that where did Cody Rhodes go on Monday Night Raw? He's not going to SmackDown. He's not going to challenge Roman Reigns. He's not winning on no filler pay-per-view like Payback or Fastlane. Saudi Arabia, Survivor Series, those are the 4 pay-per-views left this year. Cody Rhodes is staying on Raw. Is he going to wrestle Seth Rollins? I don't want to see him wrestle Seth Rollins because he's not be anywhere near that World Heavyweight title. That's not the title he wants. That's not finishing the story. And he's not beating Seth Rollins, so he already set up a loss for Cody Rhodes. Is he going to be in the IC title? He's not beating Gunther. Is Randy Orton coming back? Bray Wyatt going to come back? I don't want to see Bray Wyatt versus Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton is a big feud he should have. Maybe Drew McIntyre turns heel and we get Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. But anyway, what did Cody do on SmackDown? What did Cody Rhodes do on Raw? Because don't bet him go on SmackDown. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, so anyway, after these 2 great matches, we did get the Battle Royal. That was the 3rd match. There were 9 people announced. LA Knight, Karrion Kross, AJ Styles, The Miz, Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Sheamus was announced. But I think there were like 20 guys. Only LA Knight, AJ Styles, and I think Omar got an entrance. Everyone else came out with the jobber entrance. I'm not gonna go through this match because I'm not too interested in the battle royals. This may have been the best battle royal both in a long time. I'm not interested in the battle royal because it's the same old shit. Omos, he got eliminated by 8 guys. Karen Cross eliminated AJ Styles, so that feud gonna continue. Bronson Reed was in there. JD McDonough was in there. I think we saw Grayson Waller in there. The Maid was in there. I think the final 3 was AJ Styles, Sheamus, and LA Knight. And as I said, AJ Styles got eliminated by Karen Cross outside the ring. And then it came down to Sheamus and LA Knight. LA Knight eliminated Sheamus. LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble. And just like that, LA Knight, hopefully they have big plans for him. If he's going to be in the major feud, maybe he'll be in the mid card. I have him beat Austin Theory for the U.S. title because Austin Theory hasn't done jack shit with it. I don't think Sandro Escobar is ready, even though I would like to see him win, but I don't think he's ready. And I don't think he's believable in beat Austin Theory because he beat Austin Theory in a non-title match 2 weeks ago. And last week he couldn't beat Rey Mysterio clean. So maybe LA Knight should win it. LA Knight is a heel, but he's getting babyface reaction. Crowd is very behind LA Knight with the yeah. Crowd loves it. So LA Knight did win that. And now we can talk about the worst match on the card. Yeah. So, okay. So, the fourth match on this show, Ronda Rousey vs. Shayna Baszler. As I said earlier in my video, this match was a letdown. This match was a disaster. This was pretty much your bathroom break. After LA Knight getting that reaction from the crowd, after Cody Rhodes and Brock and Logan Paul and Ricochet, this match was your bathroom break. Shayna and Ronda, this match was shit. Crowd was half asleep. Crowd was silent for this match. This was the time. Okay, this was the time to get up, use the bathroom, get a drink at the concession stand, or get a snack. This match went like what 5 or 6 minutes. They wrestled like an MMA rule for it, but wasn't that good. This was a disaster. Now the match gets started, referee telling them the rules. They throw punches back and forth. They do takedowns. People paid to see a wrestling match, not a real MMA fight. They were shit. The crowd was silent for this match. There was nothing in this match. I mean, all they did were takedowns. They did some rest hold. Rowdy got an armbar. She also threw outside the ring. She did a figure 4 leg lock. And then she hit a few knees. Man, this was actually boring. This map was not for me. So we did get doctor checking on Shayna. Wonder why you take out those doctors. Rousey said don't stop the match. So Wanda and Shayna, they go back and forth. Shayna Baszler locked in the careful clutch on Ronda Rousey. Ronda locked in an armbar. And now Shayna locked the preferred clutch back in. And Shayna puts Ronda to sleep. What a disaster. Now hopefully this will be the last time we'll see Ronda Rousey. Goodbye Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, you will not be missed. Your run was shit. She didn't do anything. She was absolutely fucking boring. Now I'm happy Shayna goes over. I feel bad for Shayna. How was a forgettable match. Hopefully Shayna goes somewhere. I have a few with Becky Lynch. I don't want to see another match between you two. If it is, it's going to happen again. Maybe a payback. It's going to be a regular wrestling match. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. I hope this isn't the one. I'll just leave that there. And have Shayna move on to something else because she's going to need someone to feud with. I have a feud with maybe Becky. I don't think Rhea yet. Because Rhea going to feud with Kel, so it can be Becky. So, So, as I said, see where Shannon goes after this. Hopefully not. So, yeah. Alright, after that, we did get the 5th match. Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the 5th match for the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Gunther. This was a great match. I thought this match was phenomenal. It was a very good match. Only one. These two worked great together. The build-up was great. The hype was great. Surprisingly, Gunther won clean. He won this match clean. With a very shocking. I thought, Juju came back. This is the first match since WrestleMania. These two guys went back and forth. They fought outside the ring. Gunther hit some chops on Drew McIntyre. He hit more chops. He did suplexes. And Drew came back with a punt. But both of them went back and forth here. Gunther hit a clothesline. He hit suplexes. It was a pretty good match. I do want to talk about the ending. I think McIntyre hit the Claymore kick and Gunther kicked out. He may have. I think that was the Claymore kick, was it? I don't know. I have to see the replay again. Or actually, no, it's not. I think I missed it, but I think Gunther did kick out the Claymore kick. Now, the ending was actually great, where both of them are on the top rope. Drew McIntyre trying to do a powerbomb. Gunther reversed it. He actually threw Drew McIntyre on the ropes, and Drew McIntyre hit the balls. Gunther jumped off the rope, hit a clothesline, hit a powerbomb, pinned the 1, 2, 3. Gunther retains. Gunther is phenomenal. One of the greatest IC title reigns of all time. He will break the Hurricane record. I think he's going to break that next month on September 8th. That's like before Payback. So he will break that. Hopefully he's on Payback and he has a big match. I don't know who he's going to wrestle then. Because Drew McIntyre lost clean. You can't do a rematch. How are you going to justify a clean loss? And where did Drew McIntyre go? Is he going to turn heel? Hopefully. Maybe wrestle Cody Rhodes? I don't know. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa? Maybe Bronson Reed? I mean, give him somebody. I would love to see Tommaso Ciampa, but he's going to have to Seth Rollins. Maybe Bronson Reed can be a big opponent. Maybe, hopefully. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. Maybe Chad Gable. That was a great match. Gunther retains. Up next, we had Finn Balor versus Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was phenomenal. This was much better than that match in Money in the Bank. There was back and forth. There were many high spots. The crowd was invested. The crowd popped. Some people thought Finn Balor was going to win. Seth Rollins just won the title. Seth Rollins is a great champion. He's had the title longer. Now, I thought he wasn't going to win, but after when we saw the Judgment Day interfere, you knew what was going to happen. Seth Rollins had a great attire when he came out to his entrance. He wore the same attire that he wore 7 years ago when he wrestled Finn Balor for the Universal Champion 7 years ago. He had on green and black. And I thought that was great. This match is 7 years in the making. Could what happened at Summerslam when Balor arm got broken because of Seth Rollins. The build has been about what is Damien Priest going to do? Is he going to cast in on Seth Rollins or is he going to screw Finn Balor? And we did get that. Both of the guys went back and forth. The crowd was invested. There were very high spots in this match. He kicked them. And that's when Rollins hit the pedigree. Balor kicked out. That's when we see Damian Priest show up. He had the briefcase. He teasing the cast in. Rollins and Balor, they took at it. Oh, Priest got involved. He hit him. Balor hit the pedigree. Rollins kicked out. Rhea Ripley and Dominic, they showed up. They distracted the referee. Balor get the briefcase handed from Damian Priest. Rollins knocked Damian Priest. Rollins to the curb stomp. Balor kicked out. And then he also jumps on Priest. He curb stomped Dominic. Balor go for the coup de grace. He hits it. Rollins kicked out. Massive phenomenal. So Damian Priest was upset, and he threw the briefcase in the ring, walked away. Finn Balor grabbed the briefcase, and out of nowhere, and as he grabbed the briefcase, Priest distracted the referee. But Rollins saw this coming, so Rollins went over there, curb stomped Finn Balor on to the briefcase, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Seth Rollins retained. So there is going to be some tension with the Judgment Day. Something's going to happen. There will be tension with the Judgment Day. Something's going to happen on Monday Night Raw. Maybe Balor will turn on Priest. Maybe he'll add a new member and realize that he can't trust the Judgment Day. He can't trust Priest. Because Balor will think that Priest cost him the match. That's what I think. It's going to happen. Now, hopefully, where does Seth Rollins go? Who's he going to wrestle? Now, he will be on Payback, so who's he going to wrestle? Cody Rhodes? I hope not. Maybe Ciampa? Bronson Reed's not ready, but maybe Tommaso Ciampa? I don't want it to be Cody Rhodes because he's not winning. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes lose to Seth Rollins because he's not being chasing that title. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa? I don't know. Maybe Damian Priest casts in and Balor cruises in, but that'll be too obvious and too predictable. And I don't think Priest is ready for a World Championship. He had the briefcase for a very long time. Seth Rollins has been going at it with the Judgment Day for like 2 months now. I think it's time we move on, time we end it. Because this started back in June. And we're now in August. I think it's time we move on now. And have Judgment Day do something else. Give Seth Rollins a different opponent. After the match was over, we did get a backstage segment with The Miz and the Alpha Academy. Are these two going to feud? Hope not. But we did get Alpha Academy throwing The Miz in a crate. Up next, the triple threat match with Charlotte, Asuka, Bianca. Crowd was half asleep for this match. The crowd didn't give a shit. Crowd was half asleep for this match. Crowd was dead silent. This was the depth slot tonight. The match was a little bit sloppy. There were a few bosses in the match, a few mistakes. But the crowd was dead silent. Because this late in the show, the crowd didn't care. Now going into this match, I had no interest seeing this triple threat match. Terrible, it's been shit. Asuka, transitional champion. They do Asuka dirty again. So hold on. Oh, never mind. I probably should do the casting first. I probably should have did a casting first. Not Damian Priest, Io Sky. She's gonna cast in here. Oh, actually, wait, it says he can't cast in. Because it's for the Women's title. Well, that's stupid. God, I forgot they didn't change it. Alright, whatever. I'll probably work this out later on. But like I said, Bianca did win the title, because Bianca sold an injury in this match. Now we did get Charlotte doing the moonsault a few times, once on both of them, once outside the ring. But we did get Bianca was injured. She sold an injury, where her knee was injured and she had to be escorted out of the ring. But then she came back and wrestled. Might well get through the ending of this match, where Charlotte had the figure four leg lock on Bianca. Asuka came out of nowhere. She spit the green mist in Charlotte's face, and then Bianca did a roll up to Asuka, and then won. Bianca Bellar won the title in shocking fashion, which was not expected. I didn't expect Bianca to win the title, and it really made no sense when you think about it. But Bianca was the champion for a few seconds until Io Sky came out and cashed in and won the title. Because after she won the match, the crowd popped big time because it was a cash-in. She ran down the ramp. Io and Bayley took out Asuka and Charlotte. Then they take out Bianca. And then Io Sky said that she's cashing in. This was a moment. This what brought the crowd into it. Io Sky got a big pop. Fans loved it. Hopefully she's not a transitional champion, but I'm afraid she might. And now we can see how long she can have a title. It was a great moment with damage control. What a year 1 year made. What a great moment. What a coincidence how 1 year made. Last year damage control made their debut to Summerslam. This year one of them had a championship gold. Yeah. So Io Sky, she's now the champion. We'll see how long her reign's gonna last. Hopefully it lasts a while. Hopefully that there's story here. But again, I'm afraid that Charlotte's gonna get a rematch because Asuka was pinned by Bianca, then Bianca got pinned by Io. Charlotte the only one that didn't get pinned. So they might do the pass at Payback and have Io win. And then maybe they can do Io and Asuka, or Io and Kairi Sane. Or maybe Kairi Sane will come back and team up with Asuka, taking on damage control. Maybe we'll get one of those matches, hopefully, because those are big matches for Io Sky. And then she might drop the title in a few months after that. It's not going to be to Bianca or Charlotte. It might be Charlotte, hopefully not. But again, after that, we did get the main event, the tribal combat. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns came out with one belt, only one belt. Jey Uso came out with, he had a great attire. Crowd was popping big for Jey Uso tonight. Some people thought he was going to win it. I know he wasn't going to win. Reigns came out. So the match started off with, what am I saying? Now with me. So the match started off when Jey and Roman Reigns had a face-off. They had the lays. Reigns said if Jey Uso wins, they'll give him the red lays that represent the Tribal Chief. So the match started off. I thought the match was pretty slow paced. It was kind of boring. They wrestled like a methodical regular match. I was hoping that they added the weapons earlier, but it started off pretty slow. It was kind of like their previous matches from 3 years ago, like a Hell in a Cell or Clash of Champions. But in a big win like this, the crowd was kind of out of it. At that point, I was just waiting for the ending, waiting for something to happen. Because it was very slow. And then, crowd chanted, "We want tables." They got tables, they got steel depth. So after they wrestled in the ring, that's when they brought in weapons. Crowd chant, Uso chant. Alright. One way to candlesticks. So all we saw were candlesticks, steel chairs, steel depth, and table. That's all we saw in this tribal combat match. I was hoping for more weapons, but I'm not going to complain. I didn't think the match was that good. His super kick, Uso blast. Wayne kicked out. Jay grabbed a steel chair. He brought a lot of steel chairs in this ring. Roman Reigns powerbombed Jey Uso onto chairs. Jay survives it. He kicks out. At one point, Jay and Roman Reigns were fighting into the crowd. They were fighting into the crowd. And then Solo Sikoa came out of nowhere and attacked Jey Uso. So now it's 2-on-1. At that point, we're kind of getting annoying. We knew Solo would come out. They did the spear small spike on the. Oh wait. So Solo and Roman Reigns, they tried to do a spear small spike, but Jey Uso moved out of the way, and Roman Reigns accidentally speared Solo. And then Jey Uso speared Roman Reigns. And Jey Uso went after. And again, it's 2-on-1 with Roman and Solo against Jey. There was some tension when Roman Reigns offered Solo's hands. Solo looked at him because he didn't trust him. He didn't like that Reigns speared him on accident. And they had a stare down. And Jey Uso speared Roman Reigns through the barricade. Jey Uso takes out Solo to the announce table. And Jey Uso speared Roman Reigns in the ring. Goes on the top rope, hit the Uso splash. All of a sudden, someone in a black hoodie appeared. And it's Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso came out and super kicked Jey Uso. Roman Reigns speared him, and he speared Jey Uso to the table, and just like that, Roman Reigns retains. I thought this was kind of lame. To me, it was kind of predictable because as soon as they gave away Jey and Solo on SmackDown, it was actually really, really lame. Now we all know that Jey Uso was not winning. We know when we're gonna win it. There was no walk, no big turn. This only all could have made sense because Roman Reigns is not wrestling their Payback or Fastlane or Survivor Series. They're playing do Jimmy and Jey at Payback, maybe again at Fastlane. But that was SummerSlam. That was literally SummerSlam. SummerSlam is in the books. Now we can move on to Monday Night Raw and see what happened there. Might put it in the video.